Oh my gosh, guys, we just got done with class. And so I wanted to take you guys on a little tour of the back end of the craziness. What does it specifically look like? I'm so thankful for you guys. We covered so many things today. We really dive deep into understanding your highest self as it pertains to video content, using that to craft your on camera persona, creating your video presentation. Oh my gosh, we went into a lot of good stuff. Now, one thing that I want to cover is just more of the back end of my setup and what that looks like. And so I'm just going to take you guys on a messy background tour. Nothing crazy, nothing super, all over. I just want to share this with you guys. So I thought that what I would do is just take my vlogging camera and make a simple tour so that you can see what the back end of it all looks like. You guys know that inside of class today, we were streaming through Ecamm, right? So we were using Ecamm because I use a MacBook and a Canon camera to stream. And so the cool thing is that I was actually showing you guys different scenes of things. So this is what my actual camera that is connected to my MacBook looks like. And also I had my webcam connected. So I kind of had 3 views of class today. Hey. And I really wanted to be able to show you guys all aspects of the setup on the back end. So you can see right over on my right, I think that is, I have, because we went over clothing as well. We covered what that clothing actually looks like, right? And so, or what your on-camera presentation looks like, what the clothing aspect of it looks like, colors. We covered all of those things. So, what I really want to show you guys, I'm trying to pull that up right now, is actually, if you can bear with me for 1 second, just making sure that you guys understand like what front end looks like with a DSLR and what back end looks like with a, what do you call it? A webcam and actually what our, camera looks like with having a laptop, right? Just this is my regular laptop. I use a MacBook. This is what the camera looks like. And like I told you guys, I'm able to use virtual cam inside of Ecamm for Zoom just to do this. So this is just a tour of what my back end looks like so that you're able to see like what all of the things look like on the back end, but how I get this finished product. So this is what, and I can see my computer there. So I'm going to move that down a bit, but this is what my finished product usually looks like when you see me, whether it's on YouTube or teaching an online course or streaming with a brand that I've worked with or something like that. So I wanted to just take you on the back end and let me stop rambling because yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. All right, so let's get into it. All right, guys, so this is what the craziness looks like. Today in class, somebody said that they're surprised to see how little bit of space I take up. I was telling you guys this room is a bit messy, but it's actually a pretty huge room. And my partner has his space over here, right? And then we have some room over here as well. But yeah, so this is the space that I actually record in. Whatever I talk about, I can link it down below, or wherever I can link on this video because this is inside of Thinkific, hopefully, or it may make it to YouTube as well. But I just want to show you guys what the back end looks like, right? Pretty simple. I spoke to you guys about filming in a corner, and we spoke about using a corner to really, reflect that light. So this is my camera. I'm going to walk you guys all the way through it. This is actually what I use. Maybe I should walk around here. So we spoke about the camera that I use, which is a Canon EOS R, and it's one of my favorite tools because it just really has good quality. It's a mirrorless camera, and it is linked in our video guide. We spoke about my ring light. I have had this ring light for a few years now, which is why we have this cloth diffuser on it, but it is a trusty ring light from Stellar Systems, but I have a much more affordable one linked on my back end. This is what I just use for my hair light. So it's like an overhead light that I use, and I love it because it also reflects, so it shines down here and bounces off of this reflector, which I don't always use, but I used it for class today because of the color that I had on, which was yellow. Now, if you had seen my view and you saw me switch in and out, I was actually also using the Logitech Brio to give you a wider angle of my setup. Right, so that was showing you a bit more of what the setup looked like. So if you saw me switch in and out, I'll show you on the screen for Ecamm what I was doing, but this is what I was using for the other view. I was initially going to use this camera, but I didn't end up using it because I still would have gotten a bit of a tight frame. If my camera would focus, that would be awesome. I still would have gotten a bit, I wouldn't have gotten the view that I wanted to show you guys so that you'd be able to see exactly what my setup was about. Now, just because I just moved into this space, some of the things that I have in here don't really have this. I may set it up somehow for IGTV later on, maybe on this wall. I'm not sure yet, but I have a bit of room there. And like I said, I have extra lighting over here. So I showed you two pieces of lighting so far, this one and this one. Now this is the Elgato key light, which I really love, right? And so I have 3 of them, but I only use 2 for this setup because we're kind of focused just on that 3-point lighting, 1, 2, and 3, right? I told you guys that I have some stuff that I usually record in, so I hang it up there, especially for days when I'm batching. That is where I will have that content. I also spoke to you guys about this really cool desk that I have that I can actually move up and down and make it taller and shorter. Excuse my messy cords, right? But this desk is actually a really cool tool because I get to use my main desk as my backdrop or background when I'm recording, and I get to use this desk so that I can film from right here and I see myself on my camera right here. I'm usually using this mouse if I'm teaching and using it with my camera, and we also have the boom arm, which is pretty handy, and that's the microphone that you guys see in my video. And this is where I sit, right? So I like where that chair is because I can move it back and forth and it's kind of functional. So sometimes I will be using it over at this table, but sometimes I leave it here just to record. Because this room is solely for this, more than likely this kind of always stays like this because yeah, I record a lot, and so one of my goals was just to have a space that I could record in, just jump in here and record, and that just makes work easy for me because most of what I do is getting on camera, right? So now let's just look at what's on this desk. This is a monitor, and so it's a huge monitor that I can use for editing or building sales pages or, lots of different things. I think it's either 32 or 42 inches. This is a cute little lamp that I use sometimes. If I'm really doing deep work here, I like turning all of my lights off and having one focused light. This, if your back hurts, especially for us who are the people who work from home, you want to have a you want to have an ergonomic workspace. And so if I'm typing up here, my back really hurts or my arm hurts. And if I'm typing down here, it does not. So this is essential. And I was able to buy this separately and put it onto this desk. When I'm editing and such, I use this computer. So this computer is actually connected here. This is my old MacBook and it is trusty and it still really works. So I use it with this. These paintings, my good friend Madison painted them, and so I put them up here. You don't see much of them in my backdrop, but they are so cool. This is a fake plant. So you'll see this in my backdrop sometimes. You don't actually see this. It's just here. And candles. I love candles, especially when I am in my creative mode. I need to find a better makeup solution, and so I'll figure that out at some time. We are currently still unpacking and still getting situated. We spoke about this plant as well, this bookshelf I got from Amazon, and I love having my lenses and stuff in the back shot. You don't see it really, but you know, I need to organize these books a bit better. Usually this lights up, but it's not so light today, which is totally fine. But this is what you see. So this is what it looks like on the back end. Really different from the front end. And so I'll just show you this, you know, kind of a pan of what this looks like when I sit down and get ready to record. So when we look at this space, this is actually my computer. So this is what I see when I'm about to record. What I'm gonna do is see if you can see me. Hey, 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 right? This is the back end of it all. And so this is the cool thing about using Ecamm, is that I showed you those views before. So this is DSLR view. This is actually just the computer, the regular computer view, and this is the Logitech Brio. So this was that wide angled view that I showed you during class. But yes, so let's get into a few things. So don't mind my dirty computer, but this is actually because the new MacBooks don't support USB ports anymore. So I have this converter where I can plug in memory cards. Also, if you are live streaming, make sure you're able to plug in your Ethernet so you can see my messy cord leads all the way over there, right? But Ethernet is really helpful because it creates a powerful live stream. And this is also my camera is plugged in here and my microphone is plugged in here. Usually that's all I have, but because class today I had a few different things going on, I had that extra camera all the way over there, so I used some more ports, but you don't have to do that if your set is not that complicated. So this is what it looks like from here. This light is over here. This is not a necessity, this top light. You know, I like having my ring light. If I am wearing glasses, I don't turn this light on, and I just depend on this light and this light over here, right? And so yes, so that's what it is, because I don't want this light reflecting, and so these lights are basically on the sides of me so the camera doesn't pick it up. I'm trying to think about anything else that I want to share, but I think that's it. This is my microphone. So this is what I talk into if I am sitting here. And like we said before, it is a boom arm. So I will link all of these things below. Thank you so much for joining me on this little mini back tour of the craziness. And I can see my phone bracket on the bottom here. But yeah, guys, this is it. So just making sure on your video checklist, you have your camera or your phone that would be there. You have your front light, you have your lights. So we speak about 3-point lighting that we have in that diagram. You have your audio, your microphone, and you can see yourself. Even if you can't see yourself, if you have a camera and the screen can flip out, then that's totally cool too. But this is my setup. So I'll be sure to link this. I'll also be sure to link this table because this is so handy. It has wheels and I can move it around and I can lock it in place. So right now it's locked in place and it's low down to where I'm comfortable with it, but I can definitely raise it up to standing height. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Let me know. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, just seeing the back cam and what that looks like. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the discussion box, or if this makes it to YouTube, down below in the comments. I adore you guys so much, and I look forward to just getting your questions and hearing what you have to say about creating your own specific set. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.